Please record your last words.
Do not vomit inside the vehicle. Do not vomit inside the vehicle.
If you are satisfied with this recording, speak or select 1.
Dud of the week.
Right.
And this is the first time that this is the first time in Good's podcast history that we're actually gonna have a dud of the week that's in the top 5.
Are you gonna go do Lightyear?
Lightyear is definitely
it's not
dud
good. I'm telling you, this movie is gonna make its money. It's gonna do it. It's gonna fly under the radar, but it's definitely gonna make its money.
Okay, so you're looking at a 80 to 90 prediction and expectation of what Disney and Pixar had for this movie's opening weekend. Despite the fact that you still had those 2 tentpoles that were really, really strong right now with Top Gun and Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World. So you have this opportunity, but obviously you didn't hit it. So 51's not a bad number. I'll take 51 million right now in my pocket right now.
It's not a bad number.
But when you're looking at the expectation of from the Toy Story franchise,
see, this is Disney. Really quick, this is Disney. This is gonna end up being a Tron Legacy, where Tron Legacy made money. It just didn't make enough for Disney, so they were like, scrap that. So I feel like Lightyear is gonna be punished because it didn't make what Toy Story made.
Okay, so why do you think that it did not make that?
Well, I mean, there's little.
Why do you think it didn't hit that 80, 90 million?
To be honest, it was because of Jurassic World being out. It was too close to Jurassic World, and you guys were feeding on the same audience. With gas prices being so high, people had to choose as far as being able to see 2 movies or being able to drive their car. So,
you're gonna see one movie.
You see one movie. I'm gonna put $90 in my car to fill it up. So I think that had something to do with it. Normally, if we weren't going through this gas issue, it's like maybe people could have spent the money and saw both the movies this weekend because we had a long weekend, so it was an opportunity for people to see 2 movies. But because people are trying to cut back, and we're getting ready to start a recession, whether they say it or not, people had to cut back a little bit. They had to pick a movie. So some picked Lightyear and some picked Jurassic World.
That's fair.
So I will say that's it. So the other little gripes, I don't think were enough to financially affect the movie. The movie is long. The movie doesn't star Tim Allen. The movie is not what you would think, even in the trailers. It's not what you were expecting from a Buzz Lightyear movie.
And that's what people are talking about is the expectation of what you...
Like, even when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is what this movie is about. This is not what I thought this movie was going to be about.
Yeah, and it didn't have... okay, I'll give you the Tim Allen thing. Chris Evans is fantastic.
Yeah. I think he did his best Tim Allen impression, which is why I kept saying, why ain't Tim Allen in here? Because he did his best Tim Allen impression.
I honestly
He even said lines in there to quote, basically all of it.
Right.
Yeah.
That is exactly right. And if you're going to really base a toy...
And you could have saved money.
If you're going to base a toy off the movie, then shouldn't the voice in the movie be...
Both match, yeah.
But yeah, shouldn't it be the same? That makes sense. Hey, let's get a different actor. The guy don't want to do it for the toy. Hey, let's get this other guy who sounds like Tim Allen or something. No! You got to get the guy, right? So I think that's one. Tim Allen should have played the role, yes. And not to take anything away from from Chris Evans.
It's not Captain America.
Hey, exactly that. Chris Evans is Captain America. Tim Allen is Buzz Lightyear. So, yeah, that was one. And like I said, I'm not taking anything away from him. I put a mini review on Twitter on there that he was fantastic. He was great.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with him. It just, for continuity purposes, I would have rather had Tim Allen.
This wasn't an issue where I was like, for Baloo, you really should have got John Goodman. It's like it wasn't that situation. It was like...
You're still on that.
I'm gonna never be on that. It's
that was like
John Goodman better come out and
that was 6 years ago.
John Goodman better come out. They better release a special edition. We better George Lucas this thing and release a special edition where John Goodman does all the lines for Baloo. But anyway, not to get off topic. What I was gonna say is that he did a great job. After I got past it, I was like, I enjoy him doing the thing. But I was like, you probably could have saved some money if you'd have just paid Tim Allen instead of paying Chris Evans, and we wouldn't be talking about how much money it didn't make. Okay. We'd be like, hey, Blumhouse in this, do you know how much money we saved doing this movie?
A24 this year.
A24.
Okay, so there's that part. Second part is like you were talking about, the story was everywhere. We really didn't know what the story was in the trailer. You don't really know anything about anything really, and also the ties to Toy Story, there was like absolutely zero, nothing.
I mean,
including the tone, Terrence. Like this movie was not fun. I didn't laugh. The cat was the best part of the whole movie.
It was.
As far as the humor.
Meow 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 meow.
Yeah, it was the best part.
It was funny.
It was hilarious. That movie was not funny at all.
I whispered to Kai, I was like,
Exactly.
It's funny because he keeps his loading thing is meow 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 meow. It's hilarious.
But when you're looking,
his walk,
you're comparing it to Toy Story and the humor that Toy Story is like that. You can't like Toy Story was funny. It was good.
I will grant you, Toy Story was funnier.
And it was, but on top of that, you're looking at it from a trilogy standpoint, from even the fourth one. You have that camaraderie, that unity, that wholesome feeling about watching these friends, and it makes you feel good, and plus it's funny. This one, the element of friendship is still there, but it's just different. It's not the same, and it's sure as hell it's not funny. So that was missing. That element of Toy Story that made Toy Story and made Buzz Lightyear what he is to this day, it was missing. It was not there.
Okay, I would give you that.
So the last thing,
I would give you that, but that's more of a script thing. You think Tim Allen would have made it better?
I give you that 100%. I honestly think if Tim Allen was in there, he would have probably said the same thing. Like he would say, like, what is this? Like this isn't.
I thought really, to be honest, going into it when it was first talked about, outside of the Tim Allen thing, outside of like its change in look and stuff like that, and tone, because the tone of this movie was completely different.
Right.
Is the fact I thought it was going to be like in Toy Story 3 where they did the whole the video game when Rex was playing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's cool. It's going to be him fighting Zurg this whole movie and like him being a space ranger, and it was literally
nothing.
Sorry if you haven't seen this. Is going to be a spoiler review, by the way.
Yeah, a mini review.
So it was nothing that, and I literally had to stop there. It's like, oh, that's what this movie's about. So I was assuming when I got to the end, when they, spoiler alert, when they actually became space rangers again, that going forward they were looking to set up an origin and then let him be a space ranger. But sometimes you got to give people what they want. You may not get to it too. And once again, Tron Legacy felt this whole thing. They were setting up the next sequel in Tron Legacy, and then it didn't make enough for Disney, and we never got that sequel.
We never did.
So this one, if it doesn't do what I'm hoping that it's gonna do, and continuously make money throughout each week and just stay in the top 5, and can just somehow, next thing you know, it's like, hey, this movie made like $700 million with nobody really thinking about it. If it does that, we'll end up getting to see the movie we probably really wanted. But if it doesn't, if this movie peters out at like 400 or 500 million, Disney's gonna cut their losses and talk about Toy Story 5.
Probably.
Yeah.
Olivia Wilde was fantastic in that movie. All right.
Guys, you're still with us? Great. I know it's the end of the year, and I know you guys are in the holiday spirit, the spirit of giving, right? So we're asking you to give us money. So if you look down below, you'll see where it says patreon.com/thegoods. Right there is if you have an excess amount of cash laying around. If you have not bought enough Christmas presents and you're wondering, who else can I bring joy to this year? Us. That's who you can bring joy to. Have you ever looked at us and you're like, man, they should get a better camera? You're right, because we don't have enough money to. You can help us do that. Patreon.com/thegoods. Help us out. We'd appreciate it. And you can be a part of the goods yourself.